hail in some places. Our team of meteorologists busy tracking this, and Pete's here now with the latest.
All right, Matt, a very dangerous situation unfolding here as we go through the afternoon and evening hours. The watch is potential for the tornadoes to form. The warnings are possible tornadoes on the ground, or at least the potential for one to touch down. We don't have yet confirmation of one, but we just got the newest scan from the radar, and this is where we might be seeing the tornado. This has been pulsing. What we say when we have a pulsing storm, it will strengthen, possibly put down the tornado, then cycle back a little bit and weaken, and the signature is a little bit ill-defined, but we still have rotation or spin inside the cloud, and at some point it may come down or it may stay up in the cloud. That's the holy grail of tornado forecasting, whether or not it will actually touch down, and that's always touch and go situation. So we put out the warnings saying that the potential is there for that rotation to reach the ground, but we have not yet had confirmation of that. We have had confirmation of very large hail out of this storm in Northampton, up to golf ball size hail, and also with other storms too. And there are multiple storms here. At one point this afternoon, we counted about 6 of them that actually had that spin inside the cloud, spinning around with the potential for a tornado, and that was all across western Massachusetts. Remember, tornado safety, basement or interior room of your home or apartment, wherever you live, your abode. Lowest floor away from windows, too. You want to stay away from those windows. I know you want to gawk at the storm, and it looks great, and oh my gosh, it's green outside. The sky turns green sometimes when you get those tornadoes, but don't do it. It's not worth it if something comes crashing through those windows, of course. Stay away from loose objects, too. Lawn, furniture, and all that. Just stay away, go to the interior basement, and just hang out for a little while, let it blow by, and we'll be along with, of course, all the warnings you need and all the information you need. Jeremy's here with more. Jeremy?
Okay, Pete, back to that Doppler radar again. Severe thunderstorm warning for Middlesex, northwest Middlesex, as well as Worcester County. That's in effect until 4:30. Again, severe thunderstorm warning. The tornado warning, we believe, has been allowed to expire. We have not received any new reports of extending that tornado warning through the western portion of the state, which is good. It's a good thing, but still the whole line of severe thunderstorm activity sliding east at about 40 miles per hour. There it is right there. So you folks up in Orange and Gardner and Barry and Petersham and the Berwick area, these are powerful thunderstorms sliding east at about 40 miles per hour. They have the capability of producing winds to gusts near 60 miles per hour, perhaps quarter-sized hail. And the storm that's now rolling east of Northampton, that was the storm that produced the tornado warning. We were unable to confirm a touchdown or even a funnel cloud, but it had the characteristics of a rotating thunderstorm. And anytime the radar can see rotation, that's good enough for us. Then we go ahead and, we, meaning the National Weather Service, they go ahead and issue the tornado warning. That has been allowed to expire, but that thunderstorm is still around. So that bears watching as it moves over the Quabbin and into western Worcester County. So again, a line of powerful thunderstorms, especially through northwestern Worcester County. And if it holds together northwest Middlesex County, you can see there that Pete is calling up the attributes of the storm. So right now, possible tornado? No, that's good. Unfortunately, it still says rotation. Rotating storm? Yes. Severe hail. 80% chance of severe hail. What is severe hail? It's the size of a quarter. And we've already had reports of, Matt, that was golf ball sized? Golf ball sized hail just in West Hampton to the west of Northampton. So that confirms that that's a severe thunderstorm, golf ball sized hail. And that is sliding east at about 40 miles per hour. Numerous other showers and storms also in place back through the Berkshires, and this is all sliding east. And again, what to do if you have to execute your severe weather plan? You want to get to the interior room, get to the basement. If you don't have a basement, the lowest interior room, perhaps a laundry room if you're in an apartment complex, that will work. Avoid windows. In this situation, windows on the west side of your apartment or your house or your building structure, your office, wherever you are right now. And again, move away from the windows facing off to the west. That's what to do if we have to encounter a tornado warning. Right now, no tornado warnings in effect. We will keep you updated, though, throughout the newscast.
So this strong line of storms charging through western Mass right now, and one of the places that really felt the impact was Northampton.
Yeah, we have the chief of the Northampton Fire Department on the line right now, Brian Duggan. We talked to you a bit earlier, sir. I think it was about a half hour. Any change in conditions at this time?
Well, I think since I talked to you earlier, the conditions dramatically deteriorated. I know here here at our headquarters station, we were basically almost in blackness with severe lightning. At a time, it was very calm in terms of winds, and winds picked up then significantly. That is past now. I know here we did not have golf ball size hail. We had hail about the size of quarters, but I did receive a couple of reports from the western edge of the city relative to golf ball size hail. In terms of emergency response, the city has been very lucky. We've had 2 or 3 incident-related calls, but typically with a severe thunderstorm or a microburst, we will do between 20 and 60 calls, depending on its intensity. And in this situation, although it appeared to be much more severe, the emergency response results were much less potent.
Have you heard anything about damage in neighboring towns, Chief?
Monitoring all the county frequencies, all county fire departments were put on alert, and I have heard 1 response to date.
And what was that about?
That was in the town of Cummington. I'm not exactly sure what that was, but it didn't sound significant.
Okay, you don't know the nature of the call, though?
No.
Okay.
All right, so what's the next step for your crews and everything? You're kind of still in standby right now?
Yeah, our crews are in standby. They're sort of patrolling the city just to see if there's anything that's hazardous that people have not called into us, and then preparing to return to sort of normal operations.
All right, well, Chief, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for being with us. You know, as soon as these storms started hitting, 7's Ryan Schulteis, he hopped in a car, started heading to north central Massachusetts, where those storms are now moving.
Yeah, in fact, I believe that he is on the phone with us right now. I'm imagining that he might have taken Route 2 out there. We'd heard that he might have pulled over in the Leominster area, which is more the central.
Yeah, we did. We pulled over in Leominster to put on our rain gear, get everything set up, make sure the camera was protected. And now we're back on. We're heading towards Fitchburg right now on Route 2, and we're just encountering now some lightning and thunder, and it's starting to rain here. Very, very dark conditions. In fact, everyone has their lights on. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the first day of June, and everyone has their lights on because it is so dark here as we head toward eventually Northampton, and we're going to probably stop in Orange here and see what's going on as we've been listening to reports of these storms moving this way. But it's very strange. Sometimes you have a very stiff wind out here, and then it just stops. Kind of eerie how it just kind of stops at some point. But we continue to head here west on Route 2.
Ryan,
which everyone does have their lights on. We are starting to encounter some of that lightning and thunder. We were listening to some of it as we were pulled over, gearing up ourselves to head into the storms here.
Pete has some new information. Please forgive us for interrupting. Pete has some new information about a new tornado warning. Very important.
Very important tornado warning in west central Worcester County and central Mass, extreme southeastern Franklin County, east central Hampden County now, and southeastern Hampshire County in western Mass. So it is part of Worcester County now, and it's this particular cell. We're away from Northampton. This is a completely different cell now that we're watching, and it is headed eastbound. Rather, this isn't the radar. We need to go up to the other one, right, Jeremy? The tornado warning is up along Route 2 now.
Pete, go with it.
No, this is it. Okay, I'm sorry. No, this is okay, I'm sorry. This is that particular cell that was in Northampton. It is weakened a little bit, but now it's pulsed back, possibly putting down a tornado. This goes until 4:45. It's headed eastbound at about 35 miles per hour. So, Ryan, continue on that path, and you may run into this storm. This is the one we've been watching that was kind of acting odd away from this whole pack, this whole line of thunderstorms, and it is out ahead of the pack and headed eastbound. And these are the times, the arrival times, through Belchertown and out through Barry and East Brookfield, too, and Spencer. So this will affect part of the Mass Pike with heavy downpours. The history of this storm has been some significant hail. The skies have turned pitch black with this storm, and the vivid lightning. There have been some strong wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour with this storm. So far, we've had reports of between 3/8 of an inch of hail, 3-inch size hail to about an inch size hail out of this storm. So it hasn't been up to golf ball size yet, but I imagine that could be the case in any of these hail shafts inside this particular storm. But this tornado warning now includes part of Worcester County until 4:45. Belchertown, Ware, Hardwick, Warren, West Brookfield, New Braintree, Brookfield, North Brookfield, Oakham, and East Brookfield, too. So when a tornado warning is issued, it can mean that the tornado is either on the ground, but it has been detected inside the cloud, and the radar has detected it, too. So we're watching this very carefully. It doesn't have the classic signature. I mean, after we've been looking at all those classic nor'easters out in the Midwest and the rotation with those and the signatures they've been throwing at us, it hasn't really well depicted. But that's typical of New England tornadoes. They can be rain wrapped, meaning the rain can shield it completely, and sometimes it can be just totally obscured on the horizon, or they can briefly touch down and go back into the clouds. So these are more than tricky to forecast. These are nearly impossible sometimes. So it's just best to go inside in the lowest floor of your house, or maybe in the basement if you have it, and stay away from windows. I mean, now is the time to enact that in those towns that we mentioned, in the Brookfields and Ware, and out through Ocam and back into Belchertown and Hardwick and Warren, Mass.